In today's news, BVI marks first King's Baton Relay with pride and community spirit. Welfare of police officers must take center stage. 7-member team to oversee the public service scholarships placements. NATALIE Penn Lake expected as festival chair. Focus is on community. We have the details of this and much more when 284 News returns. Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. I'm Ron Grant bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us and a happy Wednesday is wished to each and every one of you. In a powerful celebration of unity, sports, and culture, the British Virgin Islands hosted the King's Baton Relay on Tuesday, May 20th, 2025, ahead of the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games. Now, this, viewers, marks the first baton relay under the King Charles III, ushering in a new era following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. The relay began at the Tortola Sports Club and ended at Government House, featuring baton bearers representing BVI's past and present Commonwealth Games athletes in track and field, as well as squash, cycling, 3x3 basketball, and swimming. Highlights included 4-time Commonwealth Games squash player Joe Chapman kicking off the relay with youth squash players, a 3x3 basketball exhibition at the multipurpose sports complex, baton passes involving former athletes, youth representatives, as well as public officials, and a coastal cleanup led by Green VI in support of Commonwealth Clean Oceans Plastics campaign. The artist Desiree Smith, Virgin Island born and raised, designed the BVI's sustainable baton from ash wood, showcasing panels titled British Virgin Islands, Colorful and Commonwealth Sport. The baton now continues its global journey through other Commonwealth nations, symbolizing unity, resilience, as well as the shared values of the Games. Members of the Caribbean Federation of Police Welfare Association, CFPW, are meeting within the territory of the Virgin Islands for their general meeting, and they have been urged not to allow challenges to deter them from performing at their very best. The AGM opened Tuesday morning under the theme Rethinking, Reimagining, and Reengineering, Recalibrating, and Resetting a Course for Viable and Sustainable Partnership that will enhance the welfare of their police officers. Acting Commissioner of Police Jacqueline Vanderpool told the meeting this event is timely as well as powerful, as it calls on all of them to reflect not only on existing practices, but to take bold and collaborative steps forward to ensure officers everywhere are supported, valued, as well as empowered. Vanderpool stated that as they discuss the welfare of officers, any successful and meaningful impact in this area will lead to tangible benefits, improving of services delivered, and evaluate moral and a strengthening of the bond of camaraderie and mutual respect among police officers. President of the Caribbean Federation of Police Welfare Association, Sean McCall, of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force in the British Virgin Islands, believes strongly that their welfare has to take center stage. McCall stated that the demands and complexities, he said, of modern-day policing calls for greater collaboration between police administration and police welfare associations, cooperative of businesses, and the wider community. This is said to be the first time in the history of the CFPW they have registered more than 40 visiting participants from across the region. The 7-member Development Committee for the Virgin Islands Public Service Learning Institute has officially been appointed by Governor Daniel Pruis, His Excellency, in line with the Public Service Management Act 2024. The committee will renew scholarship applications from public officers and establish criteria for the awarding of scholarships and approving placement for the attachments. Now, selections will be based on academic and job performance as well as financial with public service priorities. Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Deputy Governor, Mrs. Charlene Dabriel-Letson, MBE, now chair of the committee, described the move as a major step forward in developing VIPSLI into a global modern for institutional learning. Director Dr. Connie E. Georges noted that committee strengthens VIPSLI's ability to support officers seeking further education. Now, Civil Service Association President and committee member Sasha Flax emphasized the importance of giving public officers a meaningful opportunity to advance in their careers. The committee members are as follows: Chair Charlene Dabriel-Letson, MBE, Deputy Chair Dr. Connie E. George, Secretary Zena Hanley, members Carol McCollin, Camille Mary, Charles Forbes, and Sasha Flax. Up next, we have financial strain, which halts the regional pageant, BVI among longtime participants. We have the details and much more. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Representatives from 16 Caribbean governments have launched the Caribbean Subregional Sustainable Development Network to boost regional cooperation on sustainable development. The network was formalized during a virtual debriefing following the 8th meeting of the Forum of the Countries of the Latin America as well as the Caribbean on Sustainable Development. The CSSD will enhance coordination among officials as well as working on the 2030 agenda and collaborate with the UN Economic Commission for Latin America as well as the Caribbean and the Caribbean Development and Cooperation Committee. It will also serve as a platform for engaging the wider UN systems on sustainable development issues. The British Virgin Islands Special Envoy, Mr. Benito Wheatley, chaired the meeting and was appointed CSSDN interim chair, with Latoya Clark of Jamaica's Planning Institute serving as interim vice chair. Now, viewers, to understand this and break it down, the UN agencies provided key updates, including progress on the Antigua and Barbuda agenda for SIDS by the UNDESA's SIDS unit, regional SDG progress on the outcomes, and the recent forum meeting by ECLAC. Now, insights also productive development policy by ECLAC's Division on Production. Special recognition was given to Diana Qualis, outgoing chief of ECLAC's Caribbean office, for her leadership in advancing sustainable development. A board will be put in place in that year to run the Emancipation Festival. That is a new board, of course. Last year, the We Vary Tourist Board and Film Commission was given the task of managing the event. However, during the Virgin Islands Voice program recently, Premier of the Virgin Islands and Leader of Government Business stated that the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sustainable Development is going through a process interviewing candidates for the board. According to the Premier, they are expected to present the recommendation of persons to him to serve on the board, and which will then be taken to Cabinet for approval this week. It is within our information that Mrs. Natalie Penn-Lake is expected to be confirmed this week as the chairman of the Virgin Islands Festival and Fairs Committee Board. Premier Whitley emphasized that the government's goal is not to make a profit from the festival. They want the businesses to take advantage of that opportunity. The curtains have closed on one of the Caribbean's most celebrated pageants, the JC's Queen Show, as organizers confirm the event will not return for Antigua and Barbuda's 2025 Carnival. Now, this decision, announced by Antigua and Barbuda's Creative Industries Minister Daryl Matthew during a recent broadcast, comes amid financial constraints as well as changing regional participation within the patterns of the pageant. He said, and I quote, "It has been a staple on the Carnival calendar for decades." Continuing and saying, "Last year we managed to convince them to reconsider. This year they've once again indicated the show will not be taking place." Organizer of Junior Chamber International Antigua by the regional pageant has long been a platform for young women across the Caribbean, including the British Virgin Islands, which is a regular participant. Most recently, Miss BVI 2023, Adacia Adonis, proudly represented the territory and secured the fourth place at the 2024 JC's Queen Show. The show's cancellation is part of a larger trend, as Minister Matthew noted that the rising cost of staging such queen pageants has led to multiple cancellations region-wide. He said, and I quote, "They are tremendously expensive to put on." Also, although private sponsors stepped in to support the event in 2024, the likelihood of another last-minute rescue appears slim, with Carnival season rapidly approaching. The absence of the JC's Queen Show in 2025 signals the end, the last for now, of an era that celebrated cultural exchange, pageantry, and Caribbean unity. For the countries like BVI, it also removes the prestigious international stage for showcasing the national pride and talent. Up next, pageant crowns 35th anniversary with theme The Dream and a Visionary. We have much more coming up. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. BVAT athletes have continued to make their mark in the world of collegiate athletics, delivering standout performances across major U.S. outdoor championships this month. Kaiba Dawson's impressive 7.60-meter long jump at the CEC Outdoor Championships Finals earned him a top 10 finish in one of the NCAA's most competitive conferences. His performance closed out a strong season, showcasing his ability to compete at the highest level. Joshua Hill secured his spot in the finals with a dominant 47.45-second 400-meter run at the conference, also U.S. Championships, finishing first in his heat. Now, viewers, his performance helped propel him into the final showdown, where he continued to make his mark on the track. Florida State University's LIBURD claimed a bronze medal in the 400-meter finals at the Atlantic Coast Conference Outdoor Championship, running a personal best time of 51.73 seconds. Her continued success highlights, of course, the resilience of her as a disciplined and competitor, and her steadfast hard work that is being subjected. Competing for Eastern Washington University, Kimberly Tutti Smith leaped a 6.10-meter long jump, finishing fourth overall at the Very Big Sky Conference. The performance added another strong finish to her season, as well as solidified her position as the top contender in collegiate track and field. Jaleel Crow made history at the American Outdoor Championships, becoming the double sprint champion. He claimed gold in the 200-meter with a record-breaking 0.28 seconds, finishing and smashing both the meet and facility records while setting a new BVI national record. Kroll followed up with another gold in the 100-meter, running a 10.26 seconds race to solidify his stature as the collegiate sprint champion and BVI 200-meter record holder. The NJCAA National Championships Wayne Bell narrowly missed out on the 100-meter finals with a 10.30 seconds run, but still managed to clinch the final qualifying spot within the 200-meter, finishing with a time of 20.94 seconds. His performance extended triumphantly and his championship and campaign, as well as showcase his sprinting progress, and Dia Monet Thomas wrapped up her season with a 10 finish in the 100-meter hurdles, as well as the NJCAA National Championships. She clocked in a time of 14.26 seconds within the preliminaries, earning a new personal best and showing promise for the future of her athletic journey. The HLIB Community College will host its 2025 Mr. and Miss HLSCC pageant on Sunday, June 1st at 4 p.m. in the Eileen F. Parsons Auditorium, themed The Dream of a Visionary. The event is a key highlight and staple of the college's 35th anniversary celebrations. This year's competition features 5 students who are vying for the title of Mr. and Miss HLSCC, both male and female. They are Miss HLSCC Micaiah Chung, Shakira Hendrickson, and Jemiah Mark. Contestants will compete in multiple segments, including a personal interview on May 30th, followed by introduction, business wear, ambassadorial presentation, talent, evening wear, and a Q&A round on the pageant night. The pageant serves as more than a showcase of poised talent. They said, and I quote, "It is a celebration of identity, purpose, as well as student excellence," said Life Director Mrs. Deborah Hodge. She said, "As we reflect on the 35th anniversary of service, this year reminds us of the power of student voice and pride in HLSCC." Now reigning title holders, Mr. Malachi Levins and Miss Josiah Leonard, have spent the past year representing the college as well as the local scene, international events, underscoring the importance of the ambassadorial role. Winning the 2025 pageant will receive a scholarship, leadership training, and opportunities to represent the HLSCC across major cultural as well as educational events. There'll also be award custom design crowns, ashes, and of course much more prizes. Public participation is encouraged via the Mr. and Miss popularity vote. Supporters can visit the HLSCC Facebook page from May 21st to the 31st to vote by reacting to contestant photos. Winners will be announced during the pageant. Tickets are available, $35 general admission, $20 for BVI students with valid ID. They are available at the HLSCC campus store, Student Life Department, GNC, Trading, as well as through the contestants. You are encouraged to support. And viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at Tweet4Media and Tweet4BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye.